Hi everybody, welcome to my next video. This is yet another video games collection. Today I will be showing off my PlayStation 2 video games collection. This is my PlayStation 2 right here. And as you can see, this is actually the PS2 Slim, because I got mine actually near the end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle. It was already encroaching upon the next generation at the time. What was at around 2005 is actually when I got this. So, enjoy my video. First up on our list is Soul Calibur 2. I'm normally not a big fan of a lot of fighting games, but Soul Calibur 2 is honestly one of my favorite games on the PlayStation 2. This game is so much fun. I had so much fun playing this back in the day. They actually released this on all three of the consoles. No, the GameCube version had Link from The Legend of Zelda in it, and it would have been cool to have that one. But this one had the dude from Tekken, which was also pretty awesome. I actually enjoyed the story mode in this game, and I actually think that the combat was it was just very fun and fast-paced, but it also was accessible, which I liked. This is actually the only Soul Calibur game that I own. Actually, I take that back. I actually own the third one, too. I haven't played any since. This is Call of Duty Finest Hour. I actually haven't played this game yet, but I picked it up at a vintage game store. It was a good deal, so I got it. I have Jak 2, made by Naughty Dog, if you know them. They actually made the Crash Bandicoot games on the PlayStation 1 back in the day. Really fun games. This one's good too. I've got FIFA Soccer 2002, which is frankly the only sports video game that I really have that much personal interest in. I'm not really a Madden kind of guy most of the time, but FIFA's fun. Got Final Fantasy X, the first Final Fantasy game with voice acting. Fun game, really fun RPG. Even by today's standards, I think the character animation is really good. Definitely a very challenging game. Star Wars Battlefront. This is probably one of the best Star Wars video games of all time. So much fun with this game. It's so cool to, you can play as, the rebels fighting the Empire. You can play as, the clones fighting, battle droids. It's a lot of fun. It has both campaigns that encapsulate both the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy as well. And I frankly think it's much, 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 much better than the newest Battlefront game. The only thing that game has better is graphics, but as far as gameplay and everything else is concerned, I think this trounces it. Same is true with Star Wars Battlefront 2, another really fun game. Takes a lot of the mechanics of the first game and improves upon them. I just remember I had just so much fun playing this and just choosing the different characters and running around Mos Eisley while the music played, the good times. I'm probably going to do some Star Wars related videos. The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. As far as games based off of movies go, this one isn't too bad by that standards. It's definitely not a great game, as far as I can remember anyway. But it had its fun moments. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, I've stated, and I want to do a review / overview of the films at some point, so take a look at this. Next up on our list is Shadow of the Colossus. Fun game, definitely very, as far as the boss battles go, they're very big and epic, and definitely took boss fights to a new level as far as open games go, I think. Next one on our list is Soul Calibur 3, which, I'll be honest, I didn't like this one nearly as much as Soul Calibur 2. I don't know what it was about it. There was just something, about the character selection, maybe the way the gameplay, it just felt different for me. Too different for me, honestly. So it wasn't as much my cup of tea, I'm sad to say. Next on our list we have Jak 3, which is another fun game. This one has kind of a big desert. You get to ride around on the motorcycle, which is pretty cool. I like that one. Next up we have Kingdom Hearts, which is also a fun game. I actually still haven't finished this game. And it's weird because, I know a lot of Hearts fans have been waiting for the third game since a long time, so I know they're really anxious for it. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. Fun game. Definitely kind of has a Zelda-ish mixed with Final Fantasy, mixed with Disney, which sounds weird, but I actually think it's pretty cool. I like how the areas are all open, and they do capture the Disney feel, but they also like have, you know, some of that typical Squaresoft feel to it too, which I like. Next up we have Resident Evil 4. Fun game. This is the PS2 version, which has a few added missions with, I think her name's Veronica? Anyway, this is a fun game. You play as Leon S. Kennedy. But yeah, he's like a former cop, and he's going to Spain to like find out something weird's going on, and the president's daughter's been kidnapped. So yeah, fun game. As far as survival horror games go, pretty good. It's not always a genre that I like, but this one was fun. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I love the Metal Gear Solid games. I've actually only played 2 of them, so I'm very much a noob. I still haven't played the newest one. Sons of Liberty is a fun game. Not my favorite game in the series of the 2 I've played, but it's really fun. I think the storyline is very in-depth and very interesting. It can get confusing at times, but you know, like, I mean, the Metal Gear Solid games were renowned for like their storytelling, and this game definitely pushed that to a new level, and really, I think, surprised a lot of people. I think I actually am one of the few people that actually likes Raiden. I'll just say that out loud. I enjoyed playing as Raiden. I like that it kept it fresh. Like, you're not just playing as Snake in every single game, although Snake is awesome. Yeah, still, as far as visuals go, I still think it looks pretty good. Has some great boss fights. Some truly, like, touching cutscenes, in my opinion. The last game is my favorite game on the PS2 and probably one of the greatest games of all time. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This game actually is a prequel to the other Metal Gear Solid games. It takes place during the Cold War, and Snake goes to Russia to, you know, spy and do espionage stuff. It's, again, amazing game. Some of the best boss fights that any game has ever had. The stealth is refined and just fun. I actually love how this game really like has stealth front and center, so that it's not like a lot of other like combat games where it's just like, oh, let's shoot them up and blow stuff up. No, this actually requires a lot of strategy and like, which I love. Favorite PS2 game, definitely. I also actually have the 3DS version, which was pretty cool too. But I do think that having it for the console it was made for, there's something special about that. Masterpiece. Excellent game. So, that is my PlayStation 2 collection video. And here's my PS2 console again. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and my next collection video will probably be for the Nintendo 64!